And we back. All right, y'all, it's time to rebuild the Dallas Mavericks. I am recording this before game 4 of Warriors versus Mavs. I do not know if they're going to extend the series to 5, 6, or 7, but I'm pretty confident in saying they will not be the first team to be down 0-3 and win a series. So since that is the case, I'm going to try to get them their first championship since 2011. This year was a great run for them. The first time they made it out of the first round since that championship. We know that Luka Doncic is one of the greatest in basketball, and he's only getting better. But how can we build the team around him to win a championship today? I'm taking my chances. I got a couple different avenues I might go down, ladies and gentlemen, and I will say this is not a hyper-realistic rebuilding video. So Mavs fans, you might dislike some of the avenues I go down. That is okay, as long as at the end of the video, we are raising the Larry O'Brien trophy. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna say off rip, there's nobody on this team that is safe other than number 77. I know you grown attached to some of these dudes because, well, y'all made a conference finals appearance. That's dope. Jalen Brunson's up for an extension this offseason. I can't say with 100% certainty that we giving him that. Spencer Dinwiddie was a part of the Porzingis trade, and he came in and played solid. He had a lot of ups and downs this season, but initially he was one of the reasons why they made a little push, and he had some games in the playoffs for sure. Dorian Finney-Smith has been amazing. He's got 8 badges. Great. That's amazing. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. I've seen a version of rosters where he had 1 badge, and I was like, what game are we playing? Then we got Dwight Powell, literally no attachment. Tim Hardaway Jr. has not played in a very long time. They gave him extension after the last playoffs against the Clippers, where he played very good. Reggie Bullock has been up and down, but when he was hot, he was hot. Maxi Kleber is one of the main reasons they even here. Bro could not miss throughout the first couple rounds of the playoffs, but he has cooled down. Josh Green is there, and then Davis Bertans, who's got like the biggest contract of all time. Either way, I got 2 different avenues that I want to go down, and I don't think it's realistic that we can play both of these 2 things. One of them is bringing in a dude from Chicago. Well, he's not from Chicago. He plays for Chicago right now, and Zach LaVine. He's up for an extension, and I've never, out of all the rebuilds I have done, it is extremely rare that he ends up in Chicago. So we'd have to free up some money, make some trades around the edges to potentially bring Zach LaVine to the team. We got to see what he's worth or what he wants. There is a world for a sign and trade if he does go back to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? A double sign and trade. I don't know. You know, I got to remind you that we're living in a fictional world, and I'm going to do the things that I think is see fit. So if he goes back to Chicago, we might do a little sign and trade. I send him Jalen Brunson, and boom, now you got Jalen Brunson, DeMar DeRozan, and Lonzo Ball instead of Zach LaVine. And obviously, you'd probably rather have Zach LaVine. But if he say he want to walk, you want to go to Dallas, then listen, Jalen Brunson might be the best thing you could get. We got like the 26th overall pick in this year's draft, if I'm not mistaken. This does not have the right draft picks. It like it got the right lottery, but they didn't do the rest of the draft. I feel like nobody has a good start today in the offseason. Nobody has it. And I'm running out of options. I go over here, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you. Let me just show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've tried 4 different people's save files, and none of them is like right. I gotta go try a 5th one, and hopefully that's the right one. This one might be good. It might throw me a little curveball later down the line, but you see we have the 26th overall pick, which is completely right. So that was option 1, going to get Zach LaVine. One of the main reasons why I feel like they struggled in this last series and like they're the biggest hole in their overall team is that they don't have good center play. They don't have a rim protector. And option number 2, if the Zach LaVine things fall through, I know a lot of people don't like Rudy Gobert to think he's buns or whatever it may be. Rudy Gobert protect that paint. You feel me? So they need rim protection. There might be some more budget options than Rudy Gobert because if you look at the salary, it's a lot for a long time. But there might be some budget options like maybe Mitchell Robinson, who hits the open market, who protects the paint, but he stays into foul trouble. Maybe it's Mo Bamba, who protects the paint, but are we gonna win the championship if Mo Bamba is our starting center? So like there's a couple different options. We could maybe even make a trade for Miles Turner, but he's on the last year of his deal. He went to Texas, the University of Texas. So is he from Texas? I would assume he might be from Texas, maybe the Dallas area. He want to come home and take a pay cut to re-sign here. I don't really know. There's a couple different options. Jakob Poeltl is even an option too. He defends. DeAndre Ayton, I don't think that's a realistic option, but I guess it technically is. We got to go into this draft, though. We got to go into the draft. 26th overall pick. I don't really have a direction. I think I'm just going to take best player available because it feels like the smartest thing to do when you're trying to eventually compete for a championship. Bodies matter. And if we could get a guy that could come in and maybe be the 10th man in the rotation, I'll do that. I don't know who Jordan Hall is or even if he's projected to be a first-round pick in real life. But I selected him. Ben Chero ended up in Detroit, which is very interesting. Jaden Ivey jumped into the top 3, and then AJ Griffin jumped into number 4, and then now you got the rest. Okay, so that's who we took with the whatever overall pick. He's 6'7", and you know we like big guards around here. That's why we got Luka Doncic. All right, this is where things get very, very interesting for our organization because we got to figure out what happens with Zach LaVine. How do we even get to the point where we can have enough money? He's got one offer, and it looks like he's going to the Wizards. Never mind. It's nothing that we can even really do. It doesn't make sense for me to trade away all of this stuff to have the money to potentially offer him something because it don't look like it's going to happen. So we got to go option number 2. And I got to figure out what that really is. Option number 2 is Rudy Gobert, isn't it? Jalen Brunson's on like a 3-year, $60 million. I think that's okay. And now if we go into the timeline where we go after Rudy Gobert, we have to like make something up in our mind to make this make sense for them, right? So this is what I'm thinking. They, as an organization, is like, man, we just want to build around Donovan Mitchell and nothing else. So because of that, you saw what the Utah Jazz gave Rudy Gobert. They want salary relief and some future assets. So I'll be like, hey, Dwight Powell's on the last year of his deal. Hey, Spencer Dinwiddie's on the last year of his deal. That's a player. Oh, that's a team option. Reggie Bullock's got a team option. And if we're looking at that, that's all the money we need. We got like 2025 and 22. I'm not giving up 2 first-round picks for Rudy, but that's what I'm saying. This is in this fictional world. This gives them all the salary relief. And now on their team, all they got to worry about is building around Donovan Mitchell. So let's go ahead and talk to the Utah Jazz. Zach LaVine re-signed. He was going to the Wizards, but the Wizards decided to bring back Bradley Beal, so they took back the contract that was on the table for Zach LaVine. He hit the open market, and I guess the Bulls was like, I guess we'll give you the money. Forget about Rudy Gobert. I literally don't care about Rudy Gobert anymore. This is a Zach LaVine double signing trade. I'll give you Jalen Brunson, because in this fake world, Zach said he wants to go to Dallas, and we got to make the money match. You know, we didn't have any cap space, but this is the, what trade is this? What teams did not have cap space? Jimmy Butler. This is the Jimmy Butler trade. Jimmy wanted to go to Miami, but Miami they didn't have salary cap space for him. But they made a little sign and trade with the 76ers. They got Josh Richardson and some other pieces to go this way, that way, that way. This is that deal. How do we orchestrate this deal? We need to make up $7 million. The problem is Zach LaVine is extremely valuable at 4-star. Obviously Dwight Powell's not gonna get the job done. They want a 1st-round pick. They'll give us Nicholas Batum back. That feels like a super finesse. So I'm not gonna do that. I will also give you this guy just because he's young, I guess. This feels like an ultra finesse. But in this fake world, Zach LaVine told the Bulls he don't really want to play for you. So you're getting back something in return when he could have just walked to Washington for nothing or to the Spurs for nothing. Deal. Get your deal done. Zach LaVine, welcome to the team, man. Now we have a ton of like stuff but no center. And that's the next thing we gotta fix. We gotta use a placeholder center until around the trade deadline where we can maybe dump off Reggie Bullock and maybe dump off Spencer Dinwiddie on the next teams and buy in for another center. But for now, I think it's going to be our boy JaVale. Bring him to the team. Bring him back? Has he played here before? Why in my mind has he played for the Mavs before? Let me double check. He has. Okay, so bring him back to just be a placeholder center for the time being, and then we move. That's it. That's our offseason. Maybe it was an L. Maybe it was a dub. I don't know. Zach LaVine's dropping at 27. That's fine. It was only about 1. I'm guessing he's going to stable out. And Spencer Dinwiddie's even dropping at 29. So, yeah, we got to figure out what to do with him. JaVale dropped, and now him and Marquise Chris are nearly the same player, which is scary for us because Marquise Chris is not very good. Reggie Bullock has dropped. Davis Bertans has dropped. This is the long game, ladies and gentlemen. We are not looking to win a championship this season. We are a playoff team, for sure. If we ain't a playoff team, then I failed dramatically because we made the playoffs the last couple seasons in real life before I made the Zach LaVine trade. But the idea for me is doing this. Tim Hardaway Jr. at the 3, Dorian Finney-Smith at the 4, JaVale at the 5, and then, yeah, this is our bench down here. It's gonna have to do until we get to not the offseason, but the deadline, because we got some expiring contracts the teams are definitely gonna be interested in. Even if that means we take on somewhat not great money, which was basically what we did with Davis Bertans to get off of Porzingis. That's okay though, because Davis Bertans is only under contract for the rest of this season and the next season. Then we done with that. Let's just simulate, man. Luka and Zach LaVine in the backcourt together. First game versus the Cavs is a win. Luka had a triple-double. Zach LaVine shot efficient. This about to be one of the best backcourts in all of basketball, bro. We lose by a lot. That's okay. This about to be one of the best backcourts in all of basketball. Count it. Like, look at that. Zach LaVine had his big scoring day, and then Luka Doncic came in and gave you a 22-point triple-double. And if Marquise Chris is playing to this caliber as a backup center, that's a dub. I ain't realized we gave him that money. When did I get him that money? I don't know. We're approaching the deadline. We are the 3 seed. You know, the 1, 2, and 3 is us, Memphis, and the Pels. Some young teams up top, some young superstars up top. And you know what I'm saying? The Warriors not even in the playoffs right now. What teams are selling though? Please have a good center out there on the market that we could potentially trade for. Miles Turner, 1000% makes sense. The only problem is I don't know if we'd be able to re-sign him, but that 100% makes sense. Christian Wood makes sense, but he's not the interior presence that we really want, but he's on a rebuilding team. Jakob Poeltl is kind of just riding as a backup here with the Spurs because they brought in Yusuf Nurkic for some reason, but he is also on the last year of his deal. Like, everybody that we add into our list seems like they're gonna be on the last year of their deal. So you just got to live with what you got. You know, you got to live with what you got. Mitch Rob signed an extension worth about $18 million to stay here. They're rebuilding. He's 24, so maybe they won't part ways with him. But I'm adding him to our list just in case because I'm not completely sure. But not a single team technically selling yet. I think I go into the day of the deadline and maybe something changes. I'm not completely sure. I've never tested this. But the fact that there's 0 teams selling right now doesn't make sense to me because I feel like every year there's at least 2, you know, so I'm gonna simulate a little bit. And look at that. During the simulation, we just stole the 1 seed, but dropped back down to 2, but we back here. I'm gonna go to the actual trade deadline day. Would you like to stop simulating to make some trades? Yes. I don't want to accidentally go past that. Will we have anybody that's selling now? No. Oh, yes. I mean, the money is crazy, but we actually saw change in 2 weeks' time. Okay, that's the first guy I'm going after. Like I said, the money is kind of crazy, so we might not be able to actually, you know, fulfill the shoes or the contracts. But I think it's a possibility, technically. We'd have to give them like Davis Bertans and then make up 18 more million. And then that is Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, they got to give us back a player. So we'll take Robert Covington, who's back to a center in the game. They want a first-round pick in Sterling Brown. That's a finesse. That's a finesse. It's literally a finesse. Do I want to do it? How realistic do we want to be in these videos? That's always where I struggle with. How realistic do we want to be? You know? That'd be a lot of money tied up to these top couple guys, right? 35 for Luka, about 30 for Zach LaVine starting next season, 38 for Rudy Gobert. That leaves us basically no money to build the rest. But if we have Dorian Finney-Smith under contract for 3 seasons on that type of contract, he's the perfect role player for us. You know what I'm saying? He's a perfect role player. So, you know, we still got Reggie Bullock, who I should also trade at this deadline because he's going to be gone. Hey, I finessed my own favorite team in the Chicago Bulls. Now I finessed the Utah Jazz. It is what it is. Now that we know that the teams are rebuilding the selling, let me get rid of these people on my target list because we don't need any of them anymore. But we do have Reggie Bullock, and I'm going to go back through these rebuilding teams and try to see if there's multi-year contracts that we could potentially take away from teams that they don't want. Every single one of these people are on multi-year deals on teams that are rebuilding. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Bobby Portis signed with the Houston Rockets. He's been pretty good for them, but why would they need Bobby Portis any more than just this season? He's making $15 million, so we can make that money up with one of our centers and with the contract that is Reggie Bullock. We can make that up really quick. Buddy Hield is making 21 M's, but it's like a regression type deal. So next year's only 19 million. Maybe that's something we should look at, you know, an avenue to get more shooting. He's shooting 42% from 3 this season. Norman Powell is shooting 38% from 3 this season. He's having a really good year. And he is making 16 this year, 18 next year, which is not too bad. Terry Rozier's making 21. I add him to the list. I don't think we need a Terry Rozier type player, especially worth that type of money, but we added him. And then Jonathan Isaac making 17.4 all the way through. And y'all know Jonathan Isaac is a guy that kind of fits what we want to do. Play great defense. Let these top two guys do majority of the scoring, play great defense, and hit some shots occasionally. And that might be enough. So my personal priority list goes Norm Powell, John Isaac, Bobby Portis, Buddy Hield, Terry Rozier. So let's go look at Norman Powell, because they are a rebuilding team. Y'all know the Clippers don't get no love in this game. I don't understand it, but they get no love in this game. Reggie Bullock is there. We need to make a $4 million, and that is exactly where JaVale McGee fits because, well, he's on the last year of his deal. We only signed him for a 1-year rental. Anyway, they give us back Alizé, and now the money don't make sense, so we got to put somebody else in. Frank Ntilikina, now that the money don't make sense. What about instead of JaVale, we just give you Frank Ntilikina, you give us back Alizé, and then we call it potentially a deal. They're going to say no, as they should, and we got 2025 for them to bring in Norm, who will be 30 years old next season. Shooting guard, small forward shooting guard. Him and Reggie Bullock, oh, not Reggie Bullock, sorry. Him and Tim Hardaway Jr. are interchangeable. Maybe that means Tim Hardaway Jr. comes off the bench. What type of season you having, Timmy? He's having a good year. Maybe that means he comes off the bench. They want Robert Covington, who we just got in that trade randomly that we don't really care about. Send him back to the Clips. Well done. The Jonathan Isaac one was interesting for sure, but we went out and got more shooting. We got more shooting. John Isaac, is there a world where we could potentially get you later? Probably not with that 17 M's. But they just have like a log jam of good players. So it's like, without giving up Dorian Finney-Smith is impossible. Or is it? Okay. This is changed. This is no longer a realistic video. I mean, maybe it wasn't realistic from the jump, but like for real, this is like the opposite of realistic. Oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay. It's definitely not gonna work. The money doesn't match. What if I did reverse trade finder? Maybe they got some type of way to make it happen. They want Norman Powell. They want Dorian Finney-Smith and Norman Powell. Okay. Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dwayne Dedmon. Tim, I can't trade Tim, man. He's having a good year for us. Okay, so with that trade, we do this. Dorian Finney-Smith is still in our starting lineup. Marquise Chris, I guess I just brought in Dwayne Dedmon for no reason. Okay, let me get my lineup right. So it's Luka, Zach LaVine, Norm Powell, Dorian Finney-Smith, Rudy Gobert. Great. Then we got Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green getting some PT, not a lot of PT. We got Marquise Chris, we got JaVale, and then we also got Maxi Kleber. Just because we needed some power 4 minutes. Are we deep enough to win a championship? I think our top guys are good enough for sure, but are we overall deep enough to make this run potentially? We about to find out. The good thing is, even if we don't get it done this year, pretty much everybody that's an impact player for us is under contract for multiple seasons. So, you know, we could be 2 years, 3 years down the line and make this work, but people are forgetting we got Luka, who no matter who's on this team, he's averaging 34 point triple-double, shooting 47% from three. So I see a world where we win this championship right now. I just realized I never unpaused, so let me re-say everything. Luka Doncic wins MVP. You saw his stats. When you're the second best team in basketball, which we were, and you put up a 32-point triple-double, 33-point triple-double every single night, you deserve the MVP award, and he got that. Ty Washington wins Rookie of the Year. Then we get Kyle Sexton with Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis was the fifth player of the year, and he's playing with the most improved player, which is Brucey Brown. Bruce Brown shot 0% from three this year. Why is his three-point tendency on zero? I have the slightest clue, but it is. Willie Green wins Coach of the Year. This team, I'm excited to potentially go against in the conference finals. Their defense is not up to par. The offense is insane. Defense is not up to par. I believe that we can beat them. I do believe we can beat that. We did not win Executive of the Year, even though we pulled off a trade to get Zach LaVine. We pulled off a trade to get Norman Powell. We pulled off a trade to get Rudy Gobert. That's not good enough for them. That's all right, because Rudy Gobert's all... Okay, you didn't make any All-NBA team. But, like, we good. We got the players. Oh, trading for John... I think legit... If there's any wrongdoing of this video, we didn't trade for John Isaac. That's what I'm going to say. He's 25, under contract for the next 3 seasons, and he's an all-defensive player. Like, I'm kind of bugging for not trading for him and trading for Norman Powell instead. But hopefully that does not come back to bite us in the butt. If you were wondering about the rest of the statistics for this team, here it is. Zach LaVine also averaged 30. I did not know that. But, hey, our top dude said, hey, give us the ball and get out of the way. You can play some defense, but get us the ball and get out of the way. And they did exactly that. Okay, first round, we're going against the San Antonio Spurs, who have Abaji on their team with Zach. This team's not very good. Shout out to them for even making it this far, but I'm not really concerned about them. DeJounte Murray, of course, all-star player, but the rest of the team does not put any fear in my heart, and because of that, we get out of the next round to go against the Memphis Grizzlies, which is a team that might put a little bit of fear into the hearts. But if you look at their lineup versus ours, we got 98 overall Luka. They got 95 overall Ja. We got Zach LaVine, who's a high overall. It's kind of even with Dylan Brooks and Norman Powell, but we'll get them that edge. They got the edge for sure on Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Dorian Finney-Smith, but we got the edge at that center position. And their bench is actually better than ours. So this should be a series, bro. This should be a series. We win game one. Luka does Luka things. I'm actually deciding right now to change my rotation a little bit, where Maxi Kleber, who's now cold at this point, does not get any minutes, but instead Luka and Zach LaVine, who are the guys that we and Rudy Gobert, who are the three most important guys on the team, are gonna all get close to 40 because we're getting closer and closer to the finals, and I need them to play as many minutes as possible. And we're up 2-0. We defended home court. Luka had a 47-point triple-double, but Zach LaVine struggled. And if Zach LaVine is gonna struggle, we're gonna struggle. And if Luka's gonna, does this count as struggle? I think it does. Rudy Gobert had 24 rebounds, and we did not win. Ja Morant is killing. I'm going to simulate the next game without making changes. We win that one at home. So far, the home team has won every single game, and that ends right there in game 6 without making changes. I was close to making some changes, but I trusted my team, and my team came through and got us this win. This man, Josh Grayson, hasn't done anything. I mean, hey, when he does shoot the ball, he hits it. He just don't shoot it often, I guess. Often enough. All right, so we are in the conference finals to go against the one team I said I was interested in. They got CJ Johnny Davis at the 2. I was expecting to see like maybe some Herb Jones there, you know what I'm saying? A couple different options. Not the rookie, but the rookie's got to guard Zach LaVine, and maybe one day he is that dude. But as a rookie, no, that's kind of rough. But we also have Dorian Finney-Smith guarding Zion. That's their big mismatch matchup. So we'll see how this goes, man. They were the number 1 team in basketball. They lost a total of 2 games going into this series. We've lost 3. Game 1, we win. We take home court advantage away from them, and Luka is unstoppable. Game 2, first of all, Rudy Gobert just had a 20-piece. And if Rudy Gobert's giving you points on top of the rebounds and blocks, that's GG's. And he gave us 12 right there. We have completely stolen home court, but I guess home court advantage doesn't matter because they came into our house and won a game. But we are up 3-1. And personally, with me at the helm, we don't blow 3-1 leads. We had Zion score 15 points and we lost. I said we don't blow 3-1, so let me make myself a man of my word. And you know what I'm thinking about doing for this last game? Dorian Finney-Smith might have to come off the bench. I think I want to go double big bodies, bro. I think I want to go double big bodies. Oh, snap. Josh Green, you get no minutes in this game 7 because you're cold anyway. Oh, snap. This might be the dumbest thing I could possibly do. But JaVale's getting a little bit more minutes here. And we're starting him. All right, Zach. All right, Luka. Come on, let's do it. This is our NBA Finals. If we lose this, we're going to next season feeling okay, but we still would have to go through this team. And we're up by 10. I like the double big lineup to potentially slow down Zion. I don't know if it actually did anything. We won the game. He had 22. That's good. I mean, okay, he averaged 22 for the playoffs. Okay. So maybe I overthought it a little bit. But we end up winning on our home court. Luka gave us a Luka performance. Great. JaVale McGee and his minutes, pretty good, JaVale. 3 offensive rebounds, perfect from the field. He had 2 blocks. He did exactly what we wanted him to do, and he was a plus 14 on the night, the highest plus minus in all of basketball on this game. So I think that was the right move. I put him into the starting lineup, and it worked, but who changed my lineup? Wait, did Maxi Kleber play that game? He did. Oh, so it wasn't even my adjustments. It was the CPU's adjustment. I was giving myself a lot of credit, and it wasn't even me doing nothing. I thought I was the master. I thought I was Phil Jackson. I thought I was Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra. Obviously not. All right, we're going against the Cavs in the finals, who have 90 overall. Dang, this team is really good. I'm sorry, I can't start Maxi Kleber in this series. I can't start Maxi Kleber, but I could match. You know what? We're gonna start off having Dorian Finney-Smith. We're gonna start off with Dorian Finney-Smith. We'll see how it goes for the first couple games. They're a big team. Game number 1, we win. What's the rebound battle? 47. So we won a rebound battle just by a few, but that was enough for us to win. Luka's the MVP of the league, and that's kind of all you need sometimes. Rebound battle this time, we dominated against these 7-footers. Evan Mobley only had 8. Jared Allen only had 8. But on our side, we had 11 for Rudy Gobert. We had 8 for our guard. And then Dwayne Dedmon in 17 minutes grabbed his. We're up 3-0. And this is going to be the championship. We made a couple changes. Actually, we made a ton of changes. This team looked a lot different than the team you and me know right now. But it was a change that we needed to do. And we got that championship in just one season. Dang. All right. Mark Cuban, hi, your brother. Even though a lot harder to do in real life for sure. That's wraps for me. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. Subscribe if you are new. I don't know when this video comes out. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's in 4 days. Maybe it's... See you.